Are you a fan of Coke products?
Yeah, but
Are you a
every
fan?
once in
I
a while.
mean, I know it's like, oh, this or Xbox, PlayStation. Are you like Coke, Pepsi? Like, is that even like a debate for you?
No, I'm Coke over Pepsi.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't drink a lot of soda, but I'm Coke over Pepsi.
But are you like Coke over Pepsi, but not mad if you get hit with like a is Pepsi okay?
Again, I don't know. It's a rare ask, but no, I don't mind. But
Okay,
Pepsi's too
okay.
sweet. I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
the
See, if
ultra.
I get hit with
I
a
want some of that like bite, whatever that is.
if I'm hit with like a if Pepsi is Pepsi okay,
Yeah,
I'm probably switching the whole palette for my drink up like completely.
really. Oh,
Like I'm
going no
I'm
cola,
I'm
not
gonna
going
go. Yeah,
cola.
I'm not going. Yeah.
You're going zero
Uh
mist.
yeah, I'm a do boy.
Is that a Pepsi product?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I get confused
when
with
they hit me with the
the
Pepsi,
products.
okay, do me up. I'll do the do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode
I
of
don't know
On
if
It.
I've ever had a regular dew.
We are here. You got me. You got Devin, who's never had regular Mountain Dew, even though I mean it's like
Probably.
one of the most normal drinks to at least
Yeah, but I
try.
don't know what it like. I can't think of like what it tastes like. Like when
You
I think
either
of
love
Coke,
it
I'm
or
like
hate
that
it.
tastes like Coke, huh?
It's a step away from an energy drink.
Like it tastes electric almost. It's like
Yeah, almost,
yeah,
almost. But it's
yeah.
alright. It's okay. I'm not one of those guys who's just like the problem with like the stigma. There's a Mountain Dew stigma where it's like you probably have like cheese
It's the
puff
same as the
fingers.
Monster
Well,
stigma.
it's like you have cheese puff fingers and you like
Yeah,
play Modern Warfare all day. It's like
yeah. And
that's
you
like
got
the
Mountain Dew
stigma
walls.
for Mountain Dew, and it's like, all right, well,
Yeah,
it's
you got
well,
few holes in the wall.
cherry Coke, Dew, whatever.
Does Cherry Coke have
Give me a cool Mountain Dew shirt and I'll wear it. Plain
I
and
bet there's
simple.
real cool ones.
Give me a cool Mountain Dew shirt and I'll wear it. I don't have one. We are back. We are here. We got things to talk about. Is this a sports pod? Is this a sports show?
Not really.
It is for one more episode, I guess. This is the end of this is the official end of the football season.
So
It's over. It's
I mean,
over.
yeah, it's kind of over when you hit the championship games and whatever. And honestly, once the championship games are over, it feels like the season's over. That week off feels like nothing.
Does it not feel like the Super Bowl happened a month ago?
Yeah. Well, I think it always feels like that.
I mean, the Super Bowl happened 2 days ago, and it feels like it happened a month ago.
Well, because everyone talked about it and went through it. And
Well,
I don't know.
And obviously we need to get right into this Super Bowl 59 review, but I'm saying like it was so underwhelming / not what people expected that it's almost like people, like you said, like how it's already been talked about.
Yeah.
It's like we're still like in that mindset of like what it should have been or how like competitive the game should have been.
I'm still like every time I look at my phone and I'm like I see like Jalen Hurts celebrating, I'm like it doesn't feel right.
Well, it's not even that because I don't mind the Jalen Hurts winning.
Just to me, it doesn't feel like because I already expected a Kansas City win.
Also,
I expected the three-peat to happen. I expected the proposal, the Swift thing, all this shit to happen, and it didn't. And it's like I'm glad.
I convinced myself before week 1 that they were going to be three-peating.
Of course.
So maybe it's not even that it feels like it was a month ago, but it just doesn't really feel real that I mean, let's talk. We got to really talk about it. It's like it doesn't feel real that Kansas City played that bad.
Yeah.
Like Devin.
No, like that's like how bad they were supposed to look all season. Like that's their real team.
We sat here and waited all year to truly see what was going to happen when Kansas City had to turn it on.
Yeah.
And they didn't even pay the power bill.
No.
They played like shit. I'm convinced if they had these same officials all year, they maybe would have won nine games. Maybe.
Agreed.
8 or 9 games at max.
But it felt like they were allowed to play the way that they played all year and not get penalized for this and not get penalized for that. And then the refs come in, pull the rug out, and now they're getting penalized for fucking blocking the backs and holdings and all this shit. And it's they weren't getting penalized all season. Now they're getting caught with everything. It felt real.
And what feels weird is it's not even like people. It's almost not even how bad they played, but when they decided to play this bad.
Yes.
Like, had Kansas City put this type of performance up week 11, maybe we would, like, I feel like we would have, it either would have been looked at as a one-off.
Yes.
And or it would have been, oh, see what happens when, or see what happens when it's regularly officiated, or it's a fair official, or a fair official crew, or whatever you want to, however you want to label it. But it's just the fact that they waited until the grand stage to absolutely shit the bed. I mean, they did one thing. They contained Saquon.
But and that's the thing about the Eagles that's so scary, is that it's like that could have been our game plan against.
Oh, I think that's everybody's game plan.
Well, no, but that's the problem with having to game plan for Saquon, is that you can game plan for him, but even if you do, we got AJ, we got Devontae, we got a team.
You better say Jalen's fucking name.
We got Jalen, who's
you better say Jalen's fucking name right now, because god damn it, Devin. If it wasn't, if I didn't tell you he was top 5 before this, I'm gonna tell you right now that man is top 5.
Hey, even his Jordan commercial didn't say he was top 5.
I told you.
They said he's top 10.
They said top 10.
They said top 10.
Okay, it's funny to think how many commercials like that don't get aired.
What do you mean?
Okay, obviously that commercial was made, and they only dropped that because they won. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, how many, like is there a commercial?
Do they send those to Africa too? And
that's what I'm saying. Like, do they watch those? Like, I'm like, I want to see every commercial where it's like, they said Charles Purdy couldn't get it done.
Champion.
Charles
NBA champion. Yeah.
They said Brock Purdy couldn't get it done. They said he was a game manager. Like, I want to see
Mr. Relevant, Mr. What?
But no, the problem is they contained Saquon and prepared so much to contain Saquon that they forgot how to defend the pass. Yep. They forgot how to catch. They forgot how to block. They forgot how to throw. I mean,
Mahomes apparently lost his magic somehow.
Mahomes, Devin, like, I'm not even being like, I'm trying to.
It was so funny to see him try to pull like that, like, and then just get rocked. It was awesome.
Well, it was like a sudden realization that it's like, whoa, like, Patrick Mahomes is he what is a pocket passer?
What do you mean?
Can you be a pocket passer if your best throws are
from out of the pocket,
on the run, and or from out of the pocket? Like,
well, that was the whole thing with him. It was like, you never, even like his biggest highlights, it's like him on the run, or him doing this, or him doing that, or whatever. And then you think about how the refs play an impact or play their part on the way he moves out of the pocket. You see him get rocked in this game. You see him get rocked in, I mean, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago now, against Tampa. But if anything, I think the refs and the way that his games are called hinder his ability to move out of the pocket or move within the pocket. Because the second that pocket started to collapse, he was either down or out or whatever.
I mean, it wasn't even. I'd say there were 1 or 2 plays where he had some magic and he was moving and he was able to escape. But besides that, I mean,
even when he did escape, he was getting brought down before the first. And
I mean, bro, the entire field was covered.
Yeah.
Nobody was getting open. They could not get a thing going. And I said this, and I'm surprised, and I'll eat my words. Because I'm not mad I was wrong. It was just what I expected was. I said that I knew Kansas City was going to force. I put this in quotes because technically, did they have to? We'll never truly know because they went up so big so early.
Yeah.
That they probably, after going up 17, could have ran the ball every play.
For real.
And figured it out. Like they would have, Saquon would have broke one of them bitches eventually.
Yeah.
They were going to force Jalen to win the game. They were with the game in his hands. They were going. The Philly was going to have to win the game with Jalen, with the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands.
Well, yeah, for sure.
And it wasn't going to be a Saquon centric game.
Sure.
And that's exactly what happened. The
Yeah.
game was put in Jalen Hurts' hands, and that man absolutely delivered.
He delivered. And,
Bro,
and
like
the thing about it was like we came into this game like how mobile is Hurts. He's just tush pushing it all the time. He's not really moving. He's got Saquon doing this, and then it's like this motherfucker's moving. He's moving. He's moving on the run. He's looking. He's getting those Lamar Jackson type of looks where shit breaks down and he can just take off for 15, 20 yards.
it's just like, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm saying, like there's like I was saying, this man is top 5, and it's like you saw, bro, on the biggest stage, they took away his best weapon and say you're going to win this game. You're going to win this game with your arm. Eventually, well, because at first, I mean, he didn't get it going with his legs until
third quarter.
Yeah, I was gonna say more second half.
Yeah,
I mean,
late.
that whole first half was his arm just delivering, and also Patrick Mahomes' arm delivering to Philly as well.
Yes,
because
the white boy pick six.
My brain's so over the place because I'm like, Mahomes really played that bad.
And what sucks about this is like, I don't know, like that people are going to use it against Philly and like, oh, Mahomes had a bad game. It's like, no, Mahomes looked bad all year. It just got covered up.
Yeah.
And this is no like, of course, but this is no like how bad Kansas City played should not be a like, oh, yo, Philly beat a bad Kansas City. It's like, no, this was Kansas City's best. They played like shit, but they were also forced to play like shit. So it's not like Philly got an easy one.
Record-wise, this was one of the best Chiefs teams, but I mean, stat-wise, we knew.
We knew what it was. The way that people talked about this fucking team, the teams that they've beat, or the teams that they've edged out, or whatever the fuck, and beating the Bills and doing this and doing that and whatever. But
it's more disappointing. Like we really had to see Baltimore lose to see this Patrick Mahomes
this bullshit
performance. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense at all.
It's like, honestly, no. I mean, yeah, Lamar or Josh, either one. That's fucking 10 times better than this
would have given us a way more competitive game. And I don't know if it's Patrick Mahomes has been here so many times that he can have this one, because like Lamar and Josh, they can't afford getting there for the first time
this bad now
and playing that bad for their it could be their
Jalen Hurts can't afford a game that bad.
Jalen Hurts played great his first.
If this was Jalen Hurts' first, I mean, he played great in his first.
But he's had 2 great performances in Super Bowls
against the same team, and one went better than the other. But
I mean, and when you look at the difference, just officiating wise, he could be 2-0 in the Super Bowl.
Easy.
He could easily be 2-0 if officiating wise was fair the first round.
The field was slippery that last Super Bowl for both teams, but that was a real hindrance.
Field was slippery, but flags aren't, and they're tucked away in their belt.
Flags were
tucked away.
They were pretty sticky, actually.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were throwing them bitches all around the field. But either way, I mean, Philly, they're Super Bowl champs. I'm not mad at it. I'm honestly, like I said, it was more just Eagles fans that were getting on my nerves. But like I said, I'm starting to go less and less just on social media in terms of like when I'm bored. And that's usually when I'll see just like brain rot shit. Like, I don't know, just some idiot online talking about how good the Eagles are.
Yeah.
Like me, like us, talking about how good whoever else is. But I'm saying like I'm sure Eagles fans are going crazy. I saw Philly. We knew Philly was going to get destroyed. Like the city.
Dude, Philly went crazy for the NFC Championship.
Which is disappointing. It's like, even like when we won, like Baltimore, when we won, it was like, that shit didn't happen. It wasn't that bad.
Well, I mean, it was nice to see that Philly still rides with Meek Mill. That was cool.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's the anthem. He is
even after the
videos.
Anthem.
Stop it.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop. What videos? I mean, I don't know. I'm
Oh,
not even. I'm not even getting into that.
That wasn't
shit.
real. That was staged.
I
That
was gonna
was
say
a
I
joke.
don't. Yeah, no, I'm not.
That was a parody, dude.
Meek's one of my favorite. Bro, we grew up on Meek. Stop it. Meek
We
is.
did.
Meek's
There's
a
levels to this
legend.
shit.
Meek's a legend, but they just tried to. I don't know. You get into the point where if you become a meme, then they try to just make fun of you, and it is what it is. It's like literally what Drake is right now. It's like he's such a meme that it's like nothing good he does people care about. Or like
Of course.
if Meek were to like Meek can drop a good song tomorrow, and it's like
It's gonna be like, yo, what did he produce this?
It's like it's gonna be some stupid ass joke. Yeah. So either way, speaking of stupid ass jokes or hilarious jokes, did you see what Chauncey Gardner did?
That's awesome.
Okay, first of all,
I'm kidding. No, it's not awesome, but I mean that makes sense coming out of Chauncey's face.
I'm gonna say this.
And he didn't even have to use her name.
I'll say that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's like in terms of just you got to think before this game. I would imagine there was.
Wait, do you think he actually said that to his face in that picture?
I don't know. I don't care.
Think so.
I don't. I mean, is it not okay? Here's the thing, though. If he just said it to his face, none of us would have known.
It's true.
You won, and now it's on the internet forever, and we all get to see that you said that, and it's hilarious. And he stood on it. He went on Instagram, typed it out, posted the picture, and said, "Yup, I like that,"
story,
and kept it on there.
That's right.
See, okay. First, let me say, 2 wrongs don't make it right. What I mean by that is the reaction to this has been his mother's restaurant in Florida. A bunch of Swifties are going and giving like 1-star reviews, 0-star reviews, and making up a bunch of false reviews.
That's racist, dude.
Which is
what the fuck are they doing down there, dude? These goddamn.
It's definitely like that's fucked up as well.
Yeah.
But let me go even before that. I guarantee you, he was probably getting death threat level DMs before the game from Taylor Swift fans. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm saying like,
sure.
like him saying that and posting that was 100% more of a shot at Taylor and her fans than Travis Kelce. Like, because I'm saying like
it caught both.
Okay,
that's for sure.
Okay, him saying
now it's rude.
Okay. Think about it like this. No. Think about it like this. No. Just listen. Listen to what I'm saying. What he said to Kelce was, "You should have stayed with your ex-girlfriend." Which, if we look in just that, in that aspect, it's like, well, no, he won a Super Bowl last year, so it's like,
yeah.
In theory, it's like, I don't really think it matters who Kelce's dating. Obviously, it's like bro is looking a little.
Apparently, it matters. Though.
Bro's washing up a little bit, like obviously from this year,
this
and
is nice.
He played horrible.
It was so cool to see them like on the verge of tears the whole game. That felt nice.
But what I'm saying is, if he just wanted to attack him and that be the main point, he could have said that. But he made sure to should have stayed with the thick shit, like to point out
thick shit thing. That was fun.
Like I'm saying, like that was definitely he knew what he was doing there. Like like I'm saying, like it was.
Taylor's gonna go snag a BBL now.
I don't think so.
No.
But besides that, I will say, shout out to everybody who said our podcast sucked because we didn't already put Mahomes over Brady.
Yeah, good for those guys.
Because there were people. It's funny. It's just I love when people are like.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know if you remember this, like the Super Bowl that Tom Brady lost in 2017. He had about 500 passing yards. Mm-hmm. He lost 2 against New York. I don't think he had 24 yards in the first half.
No.
And played an absolute shitter with a few pick sixes. So, no. I mean,
he's actually played.
Brady's never had a game this bad.
He's played better and worse wins. Like Rams 13-3. Like.
Yes.
That was better, but a more
He's
boring
played worse and still won.
It's like
and Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes did this against Brady, so I don't know.
It's clearly Brady over Mahomes still for now.
Well, and it will continue to be because he has 7 Super Bowls. He played for 20 plus years, and he played till he was 46. Like, there's so much, and he has every single record in the book. So we can say he's on pace or whatever. We can talk about pace.
Like, he was on pace like crazy, and this was definitely going to add to that. And this one performance, Because
man
here's the thing,
taking him down
and
a
I
good
love how fair people are being. Because if this was anybody else, it would be all on the quarterback.
Yep.
It wouldn't matter that it's a team sport. It wouldn't matter this and that. And they're doing it to Mahomes. They're not pulling that card Mahomes where it's like, well, it's like, no. People are like,
well, Chris Jones got injured.
This is destroying your legacy in terms of like GOAT debates. Like this is going to haunt. This is going to haunt, bro. I'm telling you, this is going to haunt his legacy and whatever. And we'll have a conversation probably next episode about, I guess, what Kansas City needs to do to not be looked at as maybe on the edge of maybe the verge of a downfall.
Well, what's funny to me is like that shit only flies. Like all their antics and shit only flies when they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the second that they start to lose. I mean, I'm going to be honest. People keep talking about Travis Kelce retiring or whatever. Andy Reid's going to retire at some point, fairly soon.
No, dude's around here coaching forever.
A few years ago, I thought.
I don't think he's going to retire. I think Kelce retires before he does.
Who? Travis?
I think Kelce retires before Andy does. Why would Andy retire? He still got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he still get to sit there and coach Mahomes.
Well, no, he's fucking old and unhealthy and all that shit.
I don't think he gets more free time and gets in better shape.
It's fair.
I mean, it's just not like it's not really how like unhealthy people, like it's not what they do. Like if they get more free time, that's like not, I don't know. They're not like
more time to eat.
I'm going on a walk. Like I don't know. It's just not.
Dude, I eat cheeseburgers all day long.
Which I guess maybe, but I don't know. I'm not. Is that it? I think that's all for the Super Bowl. I mean, it was the fact that we didn't even really talk about the game. You know, it's like that's how underwhelming.
Well, I mean, it was like I saw the score go up 7-0, and then I left, watched the game at my home, and 17-0. I was like, all right, well, one more score finishes this bitch. They score again. What was it?
27-0. Yeah. I mean, it got to the point where I was like, damn, I want Mahomes to come back. Like I want the Chiefs.
No, for real.
I almost wanted to see it come back just so it was an entertaining game. I mean, that game.
Well, once it got, but they started talking about 28-3 and all this shit, and it's like, nah, this is a 35-point lead, guys. This ain't the same thing.
when it was 24-0, it's like we've seen this before.
Yeah, but
only one time, and if you want to be in that upper echelon, you want to be in that conversation.
Bro, you saw them, dude. They gave up at halftime. Once they went down 24-0, there wasn't like that. Like Mahomes was trying to do that. Like,
well, there was just nothing they could do.
Come on, guys. But it was like Travis Kelce's crying. He's been crying since the first quarter. Like everyone.
Bro, did you notice?
Head down, crying.
Oh my god, dude! Did they even cut to Taylor Swift after the first quarter?
Yeah.
How many times?
Not much.
I feel like you can count on one hand.
Probably.
I mean, I was waiting. It got to the point where I was like, they're not cutting to her. Like, they're definitely not cutting to her, and because they didn't want. There was no way.
Well, it was funny how she got booed, because she was like, she was like,
gonna get booed.
She had like a little like fucking panic attack. She was like, "What's going on? Oh my god!"
She's in New Orleans. No one likes you, lady. It sounded like 80% Eagles fans. It's like, what did you expect?
Yeah, well, there's not only is it Eagles fans, it's fucking. Even if there's not a Chiefs, like there's people who are not fans of the Chiefs or the Eagles going to that game who probably don't fucking like you because they're not Chiefs fans or Taylor Swift fans.
I'm not gonna lie, and this is just arguing to argue. I really hope nobody paid that much money to go and they weren't a fan of either team. You know,
people go to just go.
Like that's crazy. Like people unless you're a celebrity, like if you're a random person, you're like, I'm just go to the Super Bowl. Like that. No,
there's definitely random people who just go to the Super Bowl.
For what?
Fun.
No, Super Bowl is too expensive to just go to go.
No,
I can't just go to go. I can see you, Washington fan. It's like, bro, this might be the only time. This might be the only time, but you're not going to a. You're not just going to a.
See, my thing is like I don't even like. I like watching football games, like in person.
Don't say
but
it.
I'd rather be sitting at home.
A Super Bowl?
That's true.
Okay, I'm not
I
gonna
don't know.
lie. I hate traffic. I'm so impatient. I agree.
Like that's so much work, dude. You're
I'm
spending you're
yeah,
dropping so much money, and
yeah.
then what if you lose? Now what? Now you're getting
Well, no,
fucking.
it's like when I immediately like thought about it, it was like no, the traffic like you'd sit through after a fucking Super Bowl. It's like
Now I'm
God,
here crying in Tampa. I don't want to be here.
yeah, that would
I
suck.
don't
But
want
yeah,
this.
a loss. I'd rather just I'll take the
I'm
dub at
packing it
home.
up, dude.
I'll
Going
take the
home.
dub at home. All right.
Agreed.
Um.
And then, but the better thing is, I can go. I'd rather go to the parade than the game.
Mm-hmm.
Go party with the boys.
Parade, the parade. Yeah, yeah. I still remember the
The
Ravens
parade's
parade.
free.
I was young, but I still, I mean, it was intense. You had people climbing on the outside of the stadium.
It's
I mean,
insane.
it was definitely worth it. I guess, yeah, no, going down to New Orleans would have been a fucking mess.
It's a shit show, dude.
That would have been an absolute
It's an
mess.
absolute shit show. You just got a bunch of TikTok jackasses like, fuck off.
All right.
We're at the Super Bowl day one vlog. Fuck off.
So I'm not sure when this news came out. If it was before, during, it was either before or during the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Could have even
it
been
was before,
Saturday.
I think. No.
I'm not sure. So Jets are officially releasing Aaron Rodgers, or are going to, or plan to.
Well,
However they word
the
it.
way that it was put out was hilarious because it was like the Jets inform Aaron Rodgers that he will not be the starting quarterback.
Well, informed.
It's like Aaron walked into the building expecting his job still, and they're like, "Man, we don't really want you at all."
I don't know. Well, no, they report that all the time, but that report is weird because it's almost like it's just a way to break the news, but they can't
because they
officially
can't cut
break
him
it.
yet. Yeah, exactly.
It's like because it's like they can't say Jets are releasing Aaron Rodgers. It's
they can't do it yet.
the Jets like supposedly let him know, hey, buddy, you're probably not going to be on this team anymore.
It's like, I'm going to be honest. You're not sitting him down in your office like, hey, sorry, we're going to have to let you go. It's like, no, you're Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was probably I bet you there was no informing. Like this was probably a decision a week ago that was like, I'm probably just gonna go. Yeah, you want me to get? I'm probably.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not. I'm kind of done with this too.
It's okay.
Can you give me back Devontae and some of my boys?"
I think they're like.
They're probably gonna be like, "Yeah, no."
You can have Devontae. I don't care.
That is true.
Honestly, they'd probably let him have. They'd probably let him slide. But which Devontae is a whole other story. Landing spots. Aaron Rodgers. We've talked about him before, but they have changed a little bit because of coaching hires and just certain scenarios changing and the draft and whatnot. But I guess the first one that everybody's talking about is Vegas.
Yeah.
Now let's combine these two because they kind of are correlated. You have Vegas, and then it's what does Russell Wilson do? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if Russell Wilson isn't an option to go to Vegas, all right, let's forget about that. Boom.
Was also drafting a quarterback.
They could draft a quarterback, but I'm looking. All right, you got Pete, you got Chip Kelly running the damn offense, you got Brock Bowers. I mean, why not run with a Aaron Rodgers over
and then go draft
Sanders? I mean, I don't
go draft
another piece. Draft something else that could just
maybe
complement the team this season.
Genty or Scatabo or whoever.
See, now I do have a group of teams who are kind of in that area that you're talking about, where it's like, well, what are they going to do? It's this, that. So, and this is the last group I'm going to talk about, but I will say I have a group where you have QBs that aren't necessarily on the hot seat, but are probably only going to be given another year or two in terms of like chances.
Yeah.
Before they're going to be in complete rebuild mode.
Yeah.
So why not go all in just 1 year with Aaron Rodgers, 1 or 2 years with Aaron Rodgers instead? Yes. When you already kind of know what you're going to get out of these quarterbacks, which I'll get to those teams, but these are teams that simply need quarterbacks. Vegas obviously is an option, but then you have the Giants who are going to be drafting a little bit higher.
Well, they're thinking about drafting a quarterback, but there's also talk of what's his nuts going there. Matt Stafford.
So I mean, if you just want to talk these top draft picks, then Vegas, Giants, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Me personally, you could go draft Travis Hunter and then sign Aaron Rodgers if you're the Titans. But if I'm Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, who am I gonna be playing with? Who am I
Travis
playing?
Hunter.
I'm playing with Travis Hunter and what? Tony Pollard. Like, what are we doing? What is that? Who I'm running with? Like, is that
Travis Hunter, Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley.
is that? No. See, I'm not. No, I'm
You
not.
don't want to play with Calvin Ridley?
I'm not doing that.
And the ghost of DeAndre Hopkins and AJ Brown.
But I will say, out of those three, Vegas probably seems the most appealing just because they probably have their shit together the most.
Which is real hard to say.
It's crazy to say. But they got Pete Carroll. They just picked up Chip Kelly running the offense, which is going to be interesting.
Tom is involved.
And Tom is involved, and he's probably either fully okay with like, hey, Aaron, cool, or it's just like, no.
Let's not do it.
I'd say he's probably biased in terms of like, he probably want to see like, okay, it wouldn't be fair for Aaron or for Tom to be like, nah, he doesn't deserve to go and try to win with another franchise and prove himself.
Sure.
Like it's like, no, I mean, Tom got to go do that in Tampa. It's like shit failed in New York, so
I don't think Tom's going to be the
deciding factor.
No, I don't think he will. I don't want to say allow, but
I think he has. I think he'll have say. I mean, I think it's already been
announced.
But
I don't think he's going to want to bring on Aaron and allow him to.
Why
thrive?
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Because we're going to thrive with Shador.
Well, I don't think that. No, probably not. But I don't think that this Vegas team is a win now team.
No, but what teams are that Aaron Rodgers could go to? I mean, all right, let's just cut to the chase. Say Russell is that dumb to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's the best team he could go to.
Hmm.
In terms of if they would need a quarterback, if Russ is gone, and fuck Justin Fields. We're not even talking about that. You pick up Aaron Rodgers. You already have a playoff defense. You got plenty of weapons on the offense side of the ball. Maybe George Pickens can get his shit together. Maybe Devontae Adams follows along and goes there as well. I mean, that'd
be cool.
There is a lot of potential if that man goes over to Pittsburgh. But I also feel
what
like.
What about the Saints?
Are they okay? How much more win now are they than the Raiders though?
I don't think they are. I like the move for Kellen Moore.
Do you?
And I think that'll bring some people. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do I? I'm not sure how well it'll work. I mean, I think offensively they'll be fine, but I don't know about him as a head coach. I think he's a bit of a
I'm just saying,
guy,
like, I'll put it to you like this. I'll put it to you like this. Kellen Moore, I will not buy into any Kellen Moore hype if I see Taysom Hill take a snap. If you are this holy fucking offensive coordinator and you still got some system where Taysom Hill is taking snaps, you're not a good OC, bro. I'm not buying into that. I'm not taking that shit at all. There's no way. And if you bring in Aaron Rodgers, Taysom Hill should never see the field. You can throw it to Chris Olave. You can throw it to Rashid Shaheed. You can throw it to Alvin Kamara, or work with Alvin Kamara. You don't have to work with Taysom fucking Hill.
Ever.
There's plenty of weapons you can work with over there. But defense side of the ball, absolute garbage. I think there's a little more potential maybe on the Raiders side, but I don't know. All these teams kind of suck, which is why I have this other group of teams that have quarterbacks. But if we just want to say, because in this theoretical, we're kind of saying fuck salary cap, fuck contracts.
Yeah.
We're just switching up our whole plan, our whole identity.
Yeah, this is just giving timelines on QBs.
So there are certain teams that have quarterbacks that I would say are probably going to get one, maybe two more chances. A team like Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay? It's like, okay, they're going to keep
But how
rocking.
ready are they? Like,
they're going to keep.
Are they?
Okay. I don't know. Are they not more ready than teams that have absolutely no clue who their quarterback's going to be?
They're definitely more ready than like the Giants.
Okay, sure. Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Yep. Well, Seattle's a for sure.
Fucking Miami. I'm just saying there are teams who, sure, you have a quarterback. You got a guy that you could easily say is QB1 next season.
Yeah.
But you already know in the back of your head, if it don't work out in the next year or two and it's the same shit, you're going to be in full rebuild mode.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely full rebuild mode. I mean, so why not?
Seattle will be stuck.
If Seattle,
once this is over,
if Seattle's going to run with Geno for another year or two, waste any more prime that's left in like DK and then what's Charbonnet and Bro in the backfield, they're all going to leave.
Walker and all that.
Yeah, Kenneth's out. Charbonnet's
Tyler
out.
Lockett's already fucking
Lockett's
old.
going to retire. DK's going to go find another team and get a ring with Kansas City.
Honestly, I wish he would have A.J. Brown's situation.
He could have, and that would have worked out. But why not just say fuck it and let's get one of the best quarterbacks of all time in here for a couple years and see what happens?
Or even just a year.
A year or two. I don't think.
No, sign up for a year, dude.
No. This isn't going to be something where Aaron Rodgers is like, this is my final year. I'm only going to play this 1 year. It's like, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not in this like depressed state, it's like I'm going to play as long as I feel like I can play, which is kind of was his attitude before he got any happiness or joy sucked out of him as a Jet.
Yeah.
Before he was a Jet, he was, I'm going to play as long as I feel like I feel great. I feel like I can play for forever.
You know what Aaron feels like? I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but like he goes to the Jets and then is now sitting in like this weird, it's like, I don't know if you like were in college and then you became a stripper.
What?
And then you're like trying to go back to college now, you know?
Oh, okay. All right.
Like he had like a solid setup and then went for the big bucks and went for the grand wrap up and wanted to walk off in the sunset with a chip and then now has to go figure his life out again. And it's tough.
You don't think behind the scenes Green Bay was pushing him out?
No, I think Green Bay was pushing him out, but I mean, when he went to the Jets, it was supposed to be like, we're making AFC championships, we're making Super Bowls.
Okay, but he tore his fucking Achilles. Like,
I understand. I get it, but now it's like square one again. You know,
we're back at square one. But
this is like no, now I have to fucking rebuild a team again, or be on a team that's buildable or whatever.
But I feel like we should almost treat it like he was leaving Green Bay. Like he still has it in him to go out there and be Aaron Rodgers.
I hope so. I think he does.
I think he can, and I'm almost starting to get to a point where I feel like it's safe to say there might not be any good situation for him right now.
Seattle would be cool.
Dream situation, Russ leaves Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Russ leaves Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh swallows their pride. And I put that in air quotes because they just seem like a franchise who, like, we don't need Aaron Rodgers. We can win with anybody at quarterback. Yeah. But it's like, no, fuck it. Like, we don't need Aaron Rodgers, but we'll take him. Like,
and by franchise, you mean Mike Tomlin.
Well, and also it's like, okay, y'all can win enough games to get into the playoffs with any quarterback, right? But like, let's see what happens.
10 games.
Let's see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. You know, can you win 12 games and maybe win a playoff game or two? Who the fuck knows?
Or maybe they win 4. Because apparently A-Rod's worse than Zach Wilson. I get the
you gotta
comparison,
think,
but
bro.
it's not real.
And sorry to talk over you. I just didn't want to lose my thought. You gotta think
about Zach Wilson.
All these teams are probably also thinking, especially Pittsburgh, if we continue to be decent and then get Aaron Rodgers and then we're even a little bit better and have even a little bit of a worse draft pick, a couple years down the line we're in an even shittier rebuild mode. You know, like all these teams, like I don't even know if they want to take that shot with Aaron Rodgers and go for a rebuild this year. Well,
I mean, are the Jets in a worse spot?
I thought we were getting to the point where the Jets were gonna almost keep. I thought he was probably gonna stay. Honestly,
I think right when they hired Aaron Glenn, I thought no for sure.
But I thought no. But then Aaron Glenn, it came out that they were both like, "Hey, we don't talk about it."
Yeah.
And then you start to think about it. It's like, well, I mean, if Aaron Glenn starts his first year as a head coach with Aaron Rodgers, it's like nothing's gonna be on you. Like this is make or break for Aaron.
We said that about Gerard. He got booted immediately. So
Yeah, but they had a plan. Jets
Yeah,
don't have a
that's true.
plan. The
That's
Jets
true.
don't have a plan. The Jets have a
The
guy, and then they had who they wanted to coach. Also, I don't think they expected them to have this much like potential.
yeah,
Like I think they wanted to just give a couple years to Gerard to maybe just play around, but then they were like,
yeah.
wait, wait,
But
wait,
then
wait,
you're
wait.
like, oh no, Drake
We got a
Bell's
guy.
cool. Yeah,
We got a guy.
or
So
Joe.
either way,
But no, I mean it's it would suck if like Aaron Glenn looks like a terrible head coach. No, I think I said that last pod where it's like you're the guy who didn't want Aaron Rodgers, and now we have fucking however many seasons of dog shit.
and it would suck if we're in a situation where, I mean, he's getting fucking fired because of how bad they are, or
Yeah,
if we're halfway through the season going, damn, if only they kept Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers.
exactly.
See, but
It's like he's
bro,
gonna be the guy who fucking gave
there's
up on
so
Aaron
many
Rodgers.
other teams that we're not even really thinking about that aren't fully set on a quarterback. Like I'm still seeing reports today that the Rams aren't set on Matt Stafford,
No, yeah, no, that's like.
and I'm seeing
Well, no,
today that
I think they have contract issues, and then I was hearing it today, but it was like if Stafford doesn't like what the Rams are giving him, they're gonna let him talk.
the Colts could easily say fuck this Anthony Richardson experiment and just rock out with Aaron Rodgers if they wanted to.
See, can we put AR in like a Taysom Hill type of role?
Not for being a top 5 pick.
Why not?
No, you can't.
He clearly did not deserve to be a top 5 pick, and I knew that at the time. Some people
Yeah.
didn't because he's 250 and 6'4". He's fucking giving me linebacker stats. It's crazy.
No, he's definitely talked
You're
about
like
like he's
built like a lineman.
But I don't know, bro. I think Pittsburgh or Seattle is probably the best win now chances or scenarios. I think besides
And
that,
they're also in a position where they don't have as much to lose if they give up on their current experiment because they've just been skating by for the past few years. It's not like they like have like a JJ McCarthy on the way up or a talent on the way up. It's like, no, you've gone a few years with these fucking shit dick quarterbacks. Not shit dick, but just good enough.
But like if Atlanta didn't draft Penix, they're probably number 1 contenders for A-Rod right now.
Yeah.
If the Vikings didn't draft McCarthy and Sam Darnold was set up to go, because someone's going to pay Sam Darnold, either Cleveland or Vegas. I'm telling you right now, someone's going to pay Sam Darnold.
As a starter?
Probably going to be Cleveland.
As a starter?
Yeah. No, as a backup. Yeah, as a starter. As the starting quarterback.
I don't see Vegas doing that. They're either drafting a quarterback or they're getting somebody else.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I'm just saying. But
I mean, until this draft happens, I have no idea what the fuck's going to happen anywhere. So
that's the thing. There's so many moving parts where it's like, well, this team was waiting to see what this coach was going to do, and this team we're waiting to see who they're going to draft. So if they're going to go for a quarterback in the free agency, or if they're going to there's so many. Where's Cooper Kupp going to go? Debo's on the trade market. Myles Garrett, there's so many
there's a lot
narratives right now. It's just we have no clue.
It's funny though, I don't get the Debo trade. I mean, maybe I do. This is like his last year, one of his last years for them to be like to get something from him if they wanted something from him. Because say he gets hurt this year or plays like shit this year, they can't do anything with him. I'm not sure where his contract sits right now, but yeah, if they can get good stuff for Debo, do it. But
yeah, I mean, we're going to probably talk about that next episode, but there is definitely some options for Debo.
Yeah, I mean, we can honestly just talk about that when he does go somewhere.
A trade that already is pushing more narratives than the NBA has all year. AD and Luka.
Yeah.
There's look. I was fully on the Dallas Mavericks side, and now I'm on neither side.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons.
Well, AD's hurt.
Okay, Dallas is in like deep shit.
Gafford's hurt.
Gafford and AD. Gafford sprains his knee.
You're 4 and
Okay.
5.
AD fucking left
Did
adductor.
oh yeah, his
What's
left.
up?
Yeah, did the injury report come out on Gafford?
From what I saw, it was just knee sprain.
Okay, cool.
I
Because
don't. I can.
he was hugging that knee like he tore some shit.
I'm saying though, it's like they are in deep shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole thing with them was like, yeah, they won the trade for now because they're win now ready, but now I 80 out for weeks.
Kyrie and Clay, baby.
We don't know when Gafford's going to be back. But then you had the Luka debut.
Yeah.
Which made me go, oh, man. Neither of these teams are doing well right now. Because obviously, we all know this is a future move, for the Lakers and Luka. They're going to build around Luka for the next fucking decade. But we're still not going to sit here and waste LeBron's time.
That's something what I'm saying. Like, this is, I don't know.
This is something we're not going to do.
It's Luka, but you're disrespecting the king right now, brother.
And when I watched this Luka debut, when I watched Lakers versus Utah, it was literally exactly what I expected this team to look like on the court. It was 40-year-old LeBron giving his all.
Yeah.
Reeves just clipping, getting his shots in.
Yep.
The front court doing absolutely nothing. Or excuse me, backcourt doing that. Backcourt doing absolutely nothing.
Yep.
And Luka trying to find his shots.
Yep.
Luka went, what was it? 5 for 14, 1 for 7 from the three. And that was, and before I even saw the stat line, I knew. I mean, I'm not sitting here counting shots. I knew the shit was gonna be ugly because I'm just seeing Luka sitting here just trying to play this ISO ball, and it's like I do not see this. There's no way this is working out. You got a combined total of 8 rebounds from your two fucking bigs. You got the best player on the court being your 40-year-old LeBron James. Austin Reeves is your only shooter because Luka's not this off the.
Luka can't move off the ball. He's not going to
switch into this different player where he's playing off the ball and what I just it's not happening. You got two LeBrons on the court. You got two floor generals, two bigs that can't do shit. He can't even fucking get rebounds, mind you. And then you got Austin Reeves.
Yeah, no, like I'm sure that some of the Mavs stuff toward Luka was slander, like he's too fat and doesn't want to do anything and whatever, and he just didn't feel like a Kobe Bryant or like a LeBron James type of player or whatever. All that bullshit that they were pushing, but he's still overweight and can't play off the ball. So,
but I mean like Luka hit one ISO or one step back three. People are like,
his first shot as a Laker.
This is what they need. This is what
it was
they
literally
asked
his
for.
First shot.
This is what they asked for. This is what Luka's bringing to the table. And then after that, just absolutely nothing because it was just that on repeat. Luka trying to find his shot. Luka trying to find his shot. Luka trying to find his shot. You thought he was playing defense? That's fucking funny. Luka trying to find his shot. Luka trying to find his shot. Mind you, Utah sucks. And they got people just wasting all their prime. Fucking what's his name, bro? Jordan Clarkson over there wasting.
Is he still out there?
All his damn time in Utah. It's a damn shame.
He's been there for a break.
Either way, nobody is winning so far from this trade. It's annoying that LeBron's time is getting wasted. I know what's going to happen. This team might make the second round.
But it's also annoying that Luka's time is being wasted.
Luka's time isn't being wasted because this team's going to be built around him in the next 2 or 3 years, and it's not going to be
if Luka wants to stay.
It's not going to be a LeBron thing. This is Luka. We already checked the contract. Luka's a Laker
until 2027.
Luka's a Laker.
That's fair.
And especially once LeBron dips, we're paying Luka everything. I mean,
yeah.
Luka, here. What do you want? Blank check. I mean, we're
not for real.
Now, if I don't know, I think Luka could shit the bed as much as he wants this year, and they're probably still gonna plan on building around him because it's Luka Doncic. But still, when we're just talking about this year alone, it's already. And I know I'm being dramatic, but I'm telling you exactly what was gonna happen. Happened, and just one game, and you're telling me in a 7-game series, you got Luka putting up 1 for 7. LeBron, mind you, it's getting to the point where I'm seeing LeBron pass the ball, and like if it's I don't know, I don't want to say because Reeves was clipping, he was actually shooting his ass off, but
Yeah.
there were just a couple passes where it's like, oh, Rui in the corner, and Rui's just like it's like it's like what do I do? It's like you cannot sit here and waste this man's time. Like the man is 40 years old, and you got people like frozen, like oh shit,
No, this
or just him sitting there watching Luka play iso ball. Like it's not.
this feels like I'm getting some callback football analogies. When Jordan Love got drafted, kind of. It also feels like Tom's last year in New England, where it was like, this team's all right, but this is a waste of Tom's fucking time. Get him the fuck
Honestly,
out of
yeah,
there.
this is a waste of time. Shit, bro, just go to Golden State.
They tried to get him.
Fuck it, bro. After the season, just go to Golden State.
That was Bron's thing.
I mean, why not though? Why not? Why not?
Steph.
Just go play with Steph. We get it. You like playing with Luka. You got to experience it. But let's be real, y'all two. Unless you got two shooters next to you and a dominant big, there's absolutely no way.
Unless you're gonna.
And
honestly, I think defense. The best. I think one of the, if they could, delegate Luka to the corner. You know?
See, but bro, that would be an absolute.
Like this feels like a team where that could work.
No, that'd be an absolute waste of time. That'd be an absolute waste of space. You got somebody sitting in the corner playing absolute no defense. And here's the thing: if you had Luka delegated to the corner, what's happening 10 times out of 10? Every time, like what's gonna. If Luka's standing there in the corner and he's getting what 10 touches. You know what the fuck's gonna happen? Come on.
But what if he makes a few? You know?
What if he makes a few? Yeah.
And then does like a fake drive, and then drives, and then.
And then guess what? Calf strain. And then he fucking strains his calf, and then all of a sudden we're comparing him to fucking Zion again. Like it's like, what are we doing? I don't know. It's the
NBA is a clusterfuck.
It is, and it's gonna get interesting when we get to the playoffs. Because this is when, hey, fuck it. Balls to the walls. Luka and LeBron, y'all better ball the fuck out because there's this team in particular, the Los Angeles Lakers roster is not made to. They're not a championship level team. We might make it to the second round. We are just the way that they are constructed. They have absolutely no chemistry. It's just there was a time where you had certain role players you could just throw next to LeBron, maybe give him another star, and we knew that it was going to work out until they ran into the fucking unstoppable KD-led Golden State Warriors.
Of course. Yeah.
Now it's like the Lakers are just throwing anything at the wall and seeing what sticks.
And it's like, I don't know, everything that they've devised over LeBron's time in LA is like it never really suited LeBron the way that some of his other teams fit him.
Well, it's like we traded
having AD is cool, but you need AD at the 4, not the 5.
So we traded everybody away. We traded everybody away for AD, and we look at all these players who could have been like. Imagine if a Clarkson. Imagine if a Clarkson was playing with a LeBron. Shit, there's still people saying. Imagine if a healthy Lonzo was playing next to LeBron.
Or
I mean,
Julius Randle.
That's what I'm saying. Like there are people.
Like there's a lot of dudes who are on that team who just got bounced real quick.
Or just fuck it. Let's bring Westbrook over. It's like, bro, yes, bro, my favorite player of all time.
Yeah,
but that was fucking stupid.
And it's a bad pairing,
and it was a waste of time for everybody. It was a waste of time for Bron, AD,
and the
Russ.
360 bullshit.
It was a waste of time for all of them. And the Lakers have continued to just show that they can't build around.
And then it's like, I don't know, Rob Pelinka just pisses me off because it's like, yeah, go out and get the biggest star or one of the biggest stars in the NBA, and it's like, the fuck are you gonna give Luka? Like we're sitting here like, oh, they're gonna build around Luka. You couldn't build around fucking LeBron.
You're right. And I also feel like this was a, this was a look how big my dick is, you know?
This is
The
like, no,
fact
we
that,
can.
like, yo, look at this trade I was able to pull off,
Yeah, a
It's
dude
like,
with his fucking haircut is gonna think like that. Have
like
you seen
he's,
that shit? It's
like,
fucking
I just
horrific.
wonder how big his truck is that he drives around in. Like, what kind of
No, he
car he
drives a
drives
fucking.
around in,
He's like, yeah, how
you
big?
know?
How big do you think my Tesla is? I
Yeah,
drive the fast Tesla.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's just
freak is what,
that's
dude.
what this move seems like.
It's like I just have hair on the back of my head. The middle's kind of thin.
But yeah, I
Freak.
guess we're gonna have to wait and see what the fuck the Lakers want to do in the future. And I guess hopefully Dallas is healthy by the playoffs. That's what and they can stay above, keep their heads above water, for the time
Till the
being.
playoffs.
Because shit, losing their 4 and 5, because it was like, all right, AD going out, obviously a killer, but then it's like, dude, Gafford out too. I mean, fuck, y'all look like the
Yeah.
Lakers having to sign Alex Len. Like, I mean, shit.
No, I know. Well, because
It's
the
abysmal.
Mark Williams thing fell through, and I don't think it's gonna go through. But now you just have Connect just sitting here.
Pissed.
Like, I just got traded. And I'm
Bro, y'all just
here.
traded. Like, y'all just trade. Like,
Y'all
what
for
are we
real
doing?
trade. I'm a rookie. You
Y'all traded me. Y'all
Dude,
trade
but
like that.
we're gonna do the same thing when Connect looks good a few years down the road when he's playing for the fucking Knicks or the Pelicans or whatever.
We were sitting here saying, like, okay, well, you got a potential, shooter and Connect sitting over there, and then all of a sudden, he's getting his ass traded.
They go get out of here.
It's
It's
just,
like,
I don't.
that guy's a rookie. He's inexpensive. He doesn't take up a lot of space. You keep him on the bench. You bring him in when you need a shooter. Instead of throwing Gabe Vincent out there because who can shoot once a month.
The Lakers have absolutely no clue.
I don't think they know what they're doing. You know why? It's because fucking whatever. I'm not gonna say it.
Last episode, we did the top 5 best Super Bowls. And, we kind of went through and talked about them. And I kind of realized that the Super Bowls that we enjoyed or that we felt were the best, it was a small list. Like, we definitely got to a point where it was just like decent games that were Super Bowls. And we were like, oh, I mean, it was a cool game.
Well, when you think about it, it's tough to like have a good one,
But there's a lot of bad Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of bad Super Bowls or disappointing Super Bowls or underwhelming Super Bowls.
60 of these fucking things, dude.
And before Super Bowl 59, I already had plans to do a top 5 worst Super Bowls list. And we have a Super Bowl that might have been bad enough to make the list.
Might.
We're gonna go, Devin. I'm gonna remind you of some of these awful Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And here's the thing:
you're right.
There's more reasons why Super Bowls can be bad compared to good. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Like
if a
there's
Super
more potential
Bowl
to
is
be a bad Super Bowl.
If a Super Bowl is good, it's because it's typically because it was like a competitive game.
Yeah.
A bad Super Bowl, it could have been one-sided. There could have just been, terms of star power, just a boring game to watch, or just a boring game to watch on both sides.
Sure. Like Rams.
Or certain narratives like not giving Walter Payton the ball at the goal line and just giving it to Refrigerator Perry. It's like there's certain reasons for a Super Bowl to leave a bad taste in
Rams Bengals, where it's just like this matchup feels stinky.
Like, what are we doing here? All right,
this matchup doesn't mean anything.
Top 5 worst Super Bowls. We're gonna figure it out.
It's weird to think about that Matt Stafford has a Super Bowl.
It ain't weird.
It is. It's weird. It ain't weird. Especially in the
I think
time
people try to knock him for
beating.
People try to knock him for beating the Bengals, but I mean,
no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they can try to or whatever, but
that Super Bowl ain't on this list.
I think people forget. I'm going to be honest. People forget that there was some ref controversy against the Chiefs in that Bengals AFC Championship game.
Against the Chiefs in that Bengals AFC Championship game. Was
if
that
I can
the
remember
out of
correctly,
bounds?
there was
Was that the whistle?
I think so. Yeah.
That was the whistle blown. I mean, whatever. I mean, look, we're not here to talk about the Bengals Super Bowl appearance run or whatever, because that Super Bowl doesn't even make this list, Devin. There are way worse Super Bowls than that. Starting off with Super Bowl 50.
50 sucked.
MVP Cam, 15-1 Panthers. Peyton Manning hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
And what do we get?
It was Brock Osweiler driving him to the fucking Super Bowl.
24-10. The most controversial, I guess, nail in the coffin ending type situation where, obviously Cam didn't dive on the football and really led to the downfall of his entire
strip
career.
Sack that it was,
And just, you're right. Just the shit performance from the Panthers in general. Just on the offense side of the ball and how great they were that year and how dominant they were that year. And it was super Cam. It was MVP Cam. And 24-10, you just had annoying and Josh Norman just running around talking shit. It was just, I don't know. You
had Steph Curry banging that fucking stupid drum.
It was a shitter and almost a no question to make this list. Honestly, I don't. It's going to be hard for it to not make this top 5 worst.
Yeah, giving an award to Von Miller sucks. It's a bad look.
Super Bowl 40. The fixed one, the rigged. The rigged Super Bowl.
The one that they actually rigged.
Like the Super Bowl that wasn't fair to the Seahawks at all. 21-10. The Steelers obviously win that game.
Hines Ward, no?
On a lot of controversial calls. And but
plus the final play.
Well,
I don't know if it was the final play, but the Roethlisberger touchdown.
Oh, well, no, that wasn't the final play, but that was I'm saying the Roethlisberger touchdown where he was down, or the bullshit penalty for the Hines Ward touch that led to the Hines Ward touchdown, whatever. It's just that game obviously was fixed. Now, if you go back and watch the damn game, is it that it's almost like when the Chiefs are going to win because they just keep getting everything handed to them. It's like, all right, well, you get to a point where it's like, obviously the Seahawks are not winning this football game no matter what. Now, is it as much as a shitter as 50? No, I think it's more hated than 50 because of the controversial calls, but 50 has bad play and controversial moments.
Yeah, I don't
know.
That was before my time, so I didn't get that immediate vibe of how bad that Super Bowl was. I didn't really get that at all.
But it was 2K, Sean. It wasn't just you had 2,000 yards, Sean Alexander that year. Obviously, it's just
it's a forgotten year.
It's not Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 40 ain't 50.
No,
I will say that. How about Super Bowl 53?
I think 50 was just more disappointing than bad.
Oh,
it was also bad.
You want to talk about disappointing?
53, you said?
13-3, Patriots Rams.
Yes.
The year where we got a better color rush Thursday night football game. And that was the Super Bowl that literally this was back before Mahomes got all the hate and before it was all about
that was MVP Mahomes.
And what exactly? That was MVP Mahomes. Was that 5,050 touchdown Mahomes?
That was 5,050 touchdown Mahomes.
That was 5,050 touchdown Mahomes.
That was Mahomes getting beat in Arrowhead by Tom Brady plus the no PI call.
Well, and
it should have been Saints.
The offsides and oh my god. We could have had a Drew Brees.
We could have had a Drew Brees, Tom Brady, or a Drew Brees, Mahomes, or a Mahomes.
And we got this special teams battle instead.
Well, I'm going to be honest. It's been like this for a brick.
Been like what?
Where we think we're getting a good bowl.
It hasn't been this bad. We have the
potential to get a good bowl.
It hasn't been this bad in terms of what we expected.
No, of course.
What we got.
But it's like when we could have gotten Lions Ravens, when we could have gotten
but we still
Bills Commanders. We could have gotten some cool matchups.
But it still wasn't 3-0 at half.
Agreed.
Bro, it was 3-0.
Agreed.
3-0 at halftime.
Fucking Edelnut.
What are we doing? Shout out to Edelman for the MVP, but still, it's like he was this close. They were this close to giving it to Matt Slater.
they were this close to giving it to Gronk just because he caught that touchdown.
Shit,
But
you could have gave it
I
to
think
Sony Michel.
Edelman had like
I think
4 catches for like 115 yards or something.
Gronk just had that catch. I think Michel punched it in. Sony Michel.
Oh, you're right.
Sony Michel. They could have gave it to.
Once his nuts went down,
Give it to Sony Michel. I don't know. Who cares?
That was the only touchdown.
Give it to Stephon Gilmore. He got the pick at the end. End to steal the game. So I mean, this game sucked. I'll put it to you like this. We'll hold off on it. We'll wait.
Yeah.
It was a very. This makes it like if it makes it, it's in terms of how underwhelming it was. How about Super Bowl?
Well, I think it should make it just. If it does, what happened prior. I mean, I think the AFC Championship game was pretty controversial. The NFC Championship game was definitely controversial. What we could have gotten from that game.
Yeah, maybe, but some of these Super Bowls
not really a factor.
Some of these Super Bowls are bad.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 48, Seahawks Broncos.
Fucking horrendous.
Seahawks Broncos 43-8. I mean, it was literally from the start, a blowout.
Slaughterfest.
It was an absolute slaughterfest. It was the best offense versus the best defense. You want to talk about a shitter of a game, a lopsided game, and then also the expectations just being completely shitted on. I mean, it was supposed to be.
This is Peyton Manning's 5,000.
This is what's up with all these 5,000. What's up with all these years where these quarterbacks are
getting? Well, no, dude. It was Kurt Warner to Mahomes. Not one Super Bowl, not one MVP won a Super Bowl.
But also this 5K shit. I have another one on here that I don't know. We're probably not going to consider, but I had to bring it up. Super Bowl 19, the only Super Bowl Dan Marino made his 5,000 year, and put up a complete shitter 38-16 against San Fran.
San Fran?
It was San Fran.
Wasn't us? Oh no, we spanked the Broncos.
Y'all spanked
45-10 or something. That was Dougie Will, dude.
Either way, seeing the best offense put up 8 points and start the game off with a snap over Peyton Manning's head and a safety, and Malcolm Butler wins MVP, and it was because that's the thing.
Nope. Malcolm Smith.
My bad. Malcolm Smith wins MVP. That's on me. But that's the thing. It's like even though it was a blowout, blowouts can be entertaining.
That one wasn't.
I wouldn't really say this was an entertaining one.
No.
Because, I mean, if you remember, like...
I mean, this Super Bowl was more entertaining than that one.
But, like, real early, like, didn't Richard Sherman, like, fucking tear his ACL or his Achilles or something?
I think he tore his Achilles. I know he got hurt.
Real early, he tore something up, and like I said, it was from the start. It was the snap over the head, the Malcolm Smith pick six. I mean, it was over.
There was also something about, like, just... I don't know where that Super Bowl was played, but
New York.
It just looked weird.
Well, you had Joe Namath with the premature coin toss.
Yeah,
they had to catch it in midair.
Yeah,
I mean there was a lot.
That whole thing was just so weird.
That Super Bowl sucked.
It was terrible.
Like that Super Bowl absolutely sucked. So right now, for sure, looking at 48. For sure, looking at 50. Super Bowl. Okay, not putting this in there because I don't think it makes it because these other ones were gonna probably gonna make the cut. Super Bowl 35. The reason I'm adding this in is for one reason: Ravens Giants. The only reason I'm throwing this in, and I didn't know if you knew this, Phil Mickelson. He put in a preseason bet, $20,000 on the Ravens to win the Super Bowl that year.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Is that why they won?
I don't know, but it was just that was the fact I saw. Phil Mickelson preseason bet Super Bowl champs Ravens.
That's
20K.
awesome.
20K on that shit.
Because what's funny is, I'm gonna be honest, he could have put 20K on each team. Like he's gambled away, I'm pretty sure close to $600 million.
Oh, okay. So it's just some mattress Mac bullshit.
No, he is a serial money loser. Like he has ruined lives over the amount of money.
Yeah, but we just talk about his losses. Why don't we talk about what he's won? How much did he win on that? You know, how much did he win on that?
No. On that one?
Well, I'm saying like you're saying he's lost this much, but are you talking in literal profit? Like he's made he's lost this much and hasn't even made up for it, or maybe he's lost as much but he's won that much because he's
No,
still.
I'm saying that he's made like a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
and lost, like no longer has 600 million of
So
it.
you think he's in debt?
No, I think he made so much from playing golf and doing things. Maybe he made a little bit gambling, but then just lost a big chunk of it from putting down
Okay.
insane bets.
But I think he's probably
But
made
he's
some
got
of
6
that back.
majors, and so
He's
I mean,
probably made some back,
he's fine.
Yeah,
He
I
also
think
has
he's
Saudi
okay.
money now. So
He
he's
bet
cool.
on the Ravens in 2000, so guess what? It worked.
That's fun.
Super Bowl 59.
This Super Bowl. The numbers make me so mad because I don't fucking know.
And I said this earlier, but it's not even it is the underwhelming factor, but it's also just the fact that Kansas City decided to play this bad in the Super Bowl. Like I think
they hadn't had a game this bad in 4 years.
On purpose. I guess the only I guess technically they got blown out by Denver, but I'm saying
No, their last bad game was against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Their last really bad game. Since then they've won.
They
didn't make it back in 21, but the past 3 years they have not had a game that bad or close to that bad.
Devin, this was the worst performance I've ever seen from Mahomes, bro. From and obviously it's recency bias, but in terms of where, I mean, okay, obviously there's no bigger game than the Super Bowl. So in terms of the stage you're playing in, this has got to be the worst Mahomes performance ever.
For sure.
This has to be.
For sure.
I mean,
I mean, he did get sacked a bunch against Tampa, but.
And if we're talking about a Super Bowl, we're talking about a Super Bowl where the 2,000 yard leader, 2,000 yard rusher didn't even have barely had an impact on
50 yards.
Philly winning that game, and someone who is to some people so much better to Tom Brady that they're like, you guys should never post another episode again. You guys, there's no way you guys are that stupid to say he doesn't clear Brady. Played this bad.
Yeah.
If Tom Brady played this bad, look, saying.
Here's the thing. Tom Brady did play this bad for a half.
Oh, yeah. But,
and then flip-flop, suck my nuts backwards and forwards.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the thing, though. Look at the difference. I mean, Tom Brady, it doesn't really matter. Nothing else really matters because of 28-3. And I'm not going to say nothing else matters because of this game, but this is a major shit stain on Patrick Mahomes' career.
This is 2 to 3 steps back.
This is a big old shit stain.
And it is a shame. I don't know. In terms of success, Tom is so clear of every quarterback that it's so nearly impossible to attain that. Again, I wish we could talk in the world where we're comparing Mahomes to regular quarterbacks in terms of talent. It seems like it's been a while since we've talked about Mahomes' actual talent on the field and not his legacy and shit.
We tried.
I know,
but we tried. I mean, but the problem is it's people where they already have him. A year ago, if you remember, the conversation was, has he already passed Peyton Manning?
And I was like, no,
and people were
I still believe that.
And people were in the comment section going, there's no way. Come on, he obviously already passed Peyton Manning. Why are we playing dumb? And it's like, we're not.
But the guy's played 7 years. If his career ended right now, he's not better than Peyton Manning.
And if his career ended right now, he's definitely not better than fucking Tom Brady. It's not even close. Brady.
So it's like, no, I get that he's on track to be greater than these guys, but if he cuts it short like Andrew Luck or whatever, it's not the same guy we're talking about. We're not talking about Andrew Luck like he went to a fucking AFC championship and he was this good and whatever. We talk about him like the dude who quit after 7 years. So cut the shit with Mahomes being this and that. Fuck that.
And Mahomes is now it is deserving.
He's still on track to be.
Yeah. Now is it deserving? to be in the conversation with
Yes,
goat conversations, yes. But
sure.
you are right. Like we don't do that with any other quarterback.
No.
Like when we talk about other quarterbacks, it's literally like, okay, are they top 5? Are they top 10? Is Mahomes like my whole thing with Mahomes or my whole thing with Baker for all those years was he's better
Was
than
he top 15?
he's top 15. Like he's better than
Yeah.
half of the starting. Like it's
Yeah.
always where they rank amongst their peers. And
Yes.
now, but
And now
now, go
it's
ahead.
Mahomes versus the greats.
But now that
And
Mahomes is getting
there's
knocked
not
down,
but now but for years it wasn't even like Mahomes was in the same world as these guys. But now hopefully he's going to get back in these conversations. We can have the conversation about Lamar and Josh being better than Mahomes at this stage. And if those guys are better than you right now, stop talking about him against Tom Brady.
Super Bowl 59 make the list. All right, I'll tell you what makes the list for sure. 50,
it's not as disappointing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like a.
Okay, remember this isn't just about disappointment.
No, I know.
It's talking about the performance of somebody that
You're
many
right.
people are saying is already better than Tom Brady.
You're right. You're right.
I think it definitely has to be talked about or considered in this top 5. For me, I have 50, I have 40, so I have MVP Cam getting fucked. I got the rigged Super Bowl, and I got Seattle blowing the doors off of Denver.
You know what I just thought about?
What's up?
There probably wasn't one person who compared or who thought of Peyton Manning being the GOAT. Because the GOAT during his rise was Montana.
Mm-hmm.
There was probably no one who compared him to being the GOAT, and then Tom takes that over. But then now we're looking at Mahomes 7 years into his career, just because he's made a few Super Bowls, has now stepped over every fucking good quarterback there's ever been. Every Hall of Fame quarterback, he's now above.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
That's how it works. And now he might have got knocked down a few pegs just because of how shitty of a performance this was. Because I don't think Lamar or Josh was going to put up this shitter.
No.
I don't think they're going to put and when they do get the opportunity, I don't think they are going to put up that.
Well, and then there's just everyone's going to talk and be like, oh, well, Lamar and Josh have never been in this position. It's like suck my fucking cock left and right.
See, but my thing with
Not
Josh and Lamar is yes, obviously I'm going to sit here and say, okay, I'm going to go with Kansas City beating the Bills or Baltimore because I haven't been proven, like Lamar or Josh haven't proven that they can get it done when it matters the most.
Yeah.
Now, if Lamar or Josh plays good enough to make it to a Super Bowl, that clearly means they beat some teams when it mattered the most,
Yes.
So at that point, once they made it to a Super Bowl, you kind of got to give them, cut them some slack and say, all right, well, they made it here.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just you can't, once Lamar or Josh Allen makes it to a Super Bowl, it can't be like, this thing where it's like, they're never in this situation. It's like, no, now they are.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And we got to see what happens, but we don't know yet. Yeah. What about the other Chiefs loss? 55, 31-9, Tampa Tom.
What was the score?
31-9.
Yeah, that's bad.
31-9.
But that went the same way. It was just him getting sacked left and right.
It was him getting fucked. It was Tom having fun in Tampa.
And you know what I was thinking about the whole time I was watching the halftime show? I was like, damn, the Weeknd did way better than Kendrick did, dude.
Yeah, but that show, bro, I'm not gonna lie, all these halftime shows,
no, they stink.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know. They're like just 12-minute spectacles.
And it sucks that like everyone's like, oh, this was a political message. It's like, I'm watching fucking football. What are you talking about, a political message? You think I'm thinking about the U.S. policy right now?
Nope. I'm thinking, honestly, I'm watching football.
I'm thinking about
I'm like,
Mahomes' legacy going down the toilet.
Like, what am I going to say tomorrow on the podcast? Not like, oh, man, look at that flag.
Yeah,
I get it now.
I really care about the Crips and the Bloods hanging out together. Fuck off.
All right, you just sounded like Mr. Rogers.
Damn.
You're good. But all right.
Well, I'm not involved in any of that shit. I don't know anything about that.
The worst Super Bowl.
I don't need to see Serena Williams.
50 or 40.
What's worse? Wait, you talking the worst ever?
I think
Like,
one. I mean,
number
Is
one.
there anything else that you got to consider? One here. Let me throw out a couple more. But I'm gonna tell you what I mean, 50, 40, 48. I'm definitely 100% locked in. Got to make the list. 53, 13-3 with the Rams and the Patriots. That's got to be considered. I think 59 can be considered. If we start to go any further back, like okay, my thing about Super Bowl 20 was all right. They didn't give Walter the ball. It was still a 46-10 fucking blowout, and it was a great year or whatever. I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not a Chicago fan. It doesn't bother me. If you go to Super Bowl 41, speaking of Chicago, Colts, Colts, Chicago, and the biggest reason for this is when I talked about just star power. It's Peyton Manning versus Rex fucking Grossman.
Agreed.
Besides besides the opening kickoff.
The opening kickoff.
Once
no
rain
one knows
started coming
about
down,
that Super Bowl.
Yeah, rain started falling. It was like, all right, what are we even doing here? Do we really care about this? Because let's be real, Peyton winning that Super Bowl didn't mean shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
what do you mean?
I'm saying,
like for him.
By
himself?
the time Peyton got to Denver, there were 10 conversations about regular season accolades being had about him before his Super Bowl win against the Bears.
Yeah, no. Same way we talked about Aaron, really. It was like, we don't really talk about Aaron's win in the Super Bowl. It wasn't that big a fucking
That's
deal.
true. But and I think it's way more I think it's way more impressive to beat a Pittsburgh Steelers, a 2011 Pittsburgh Steelers, either way.
Sure. But but a lot of the conversation around Peyton was that just that bullshit with him and Eli, where it was like, Eli's got two.
But from what we've gotten together, I think we have our 5. It's just what the order is.
Yeah, I like. I don't know, because of the amount of star power and what we got from it. I think 50 should be the worst.
Ooh, the amount of star power, what we got from it, how underwhelming it was.
Well, yeah, I think the fact that there was so much star power, there were so many great seasons going on.
Super Cam, 15-1 Panthers. It was this, and I mean, it was still like Broncos made it there. Cool, yeah, we're gonna see the sheriff.
If you're a big defense fan, it's cool, but most of that game, nothing happened, and it was just.
And then, I mean, bro, even just watching the press conference, the post-game conference with Cam, I mean, it was just like, damn.
Cam bounced.
Yeah, it was
Cam
like,
heard one question and said, all right.
This is it. This is it. Cam's going to fall off forever after this.
Cam said, I'm going to ruin my career.
I'm going to go cut a hole. I'm going to go cut a hole in a big hat. I'm
going to go jump onto a helicopter and talk about my kids.
Super Bowl 50, number 1. Worst Super Bowl of all time. Now we're looking at the rigged Super Bowl. We're looking at the Seattle blowout against Denver. We're looking at 13-3, and we're looking at this year's. I think this year's is 5.
This year can go 5.
This year's makes the 5, and it really defines,
And it could be recency bias, but I think the Super Bowl will only get worse with time.
It defines how bad it truly was, considering there were 58 other options. And it still made it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be honest. We're not considering all 58, but...
Devin, I could sit here and name all 58 other Super Bowls, and I don't think you'd be able to convince me that this Super Bowl that was played 2 days ago was any better than any. I could come up with any storyline for any of those Super Bowls back in the day, no matter what, because from what I saw and from what you do see, it's like, all right, the Niners they blow out San Diego, they blow out Miami. Oh, the Bears in Super Bowl 20, they blow out fucking New England. Oh, Joe Namath, he guaranteed he was gonna win, and he did. Oh, Super Bowl 5, what a shitter! But Baltimore finally gets it done. I mean,
Baltimore's got a ring.
Roger Staubach. Oh, fucking Lynn Swann. Like
Derry Bradshaw. Like boopity boop.
But do you know who none of these players are named? Like, do you know where none of these players' names are? In categories with Tom fucking Brady.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes' name is next to Tom fucking Brady's, and he played like shit. It's gotta be 5. 59 going to 5.
I mean, I think we're going to have to look into worst performances of all time.
Yeah.
Is this not? Is this worse than Cam's? Is this close?
I'd love to see. I'd love to see. I guess he threw what, a touchdown or two? He threw one or two. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember anymore at this point.
I'd love
Um,
to rewatch those games and see how bad Cam truly was.
but I'll say honestly, I don't think you can't put you have to put 40 at 2.
Yeah, no.
How
I agree.
rigged it was. I mean, like there
And then I think, what is it?
53 or 48? 53 or 48.
48.
What was worse?
48.
Okay. You're right. You're right. 48 was
Because
worse.
48 was just a damn shame,
53. And okay, so top five worst Super Bowls of all time. Number 5, Super Bowl 59. 4, Super Bowl 53. 3, Super Bowl 48. 2, Super Bowl 40. 1, Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 50, you had it was everything. It was the disappointment, the blowout factor, the just how boring the game was, the expectations compared to reality. Super Bowl 40, completely rigged. I mean, just absolutely rigged. Super Bowl 48, you had an absolute
it was like
blowout.
What was that NBA Finals?
Kings
that was rigged?
Or the Western Conference.
Western
Talking about
Conference.
Kings Lakers,
Lakers,
which was like literally fixed.
Like
Scott
for
Foster
real fixed.
actually had money.
Was
on
it
the
Scott
game.
Foster or the other guy?
Scott Foster is who fucks with CP all the time, isn't it? CP3 all the time, isn't it? I don't know why I made.
No, it was the other dude.
I don't know why I said Scott Foster. It was who the fuck?
Scott Foster's a piece of shit.
What was his name? Yeah, I was just thinking of it. Sorry,
but he was like, we cheated.
I just thought of another shitty NBA ref, but
of course.
Super Bowl 48. Obviously, all the expectations of literally the two best sides of the ball coming to play each other in a Super Bowl, fucking 43-8. Super Bowl 53, kind of the same thing, except you had two great offenses and you expected something. And like I said, 3-0 at halftime. That is just, it's not the worst performances from both sides, but it's just a boring ass game. And Super Bowl 59, you had the GOAT in some people's minds, literally playing his way out of the GOAT conversation.
It's such a shame. And I mean, I bet people think that way about Tom or used to feel that way about Tom. Like putting him in the GOAT conversation way back in the day or whatever. But the disrespect toward every other quarterback who's ever walked and all the other quarterbacks currently in the league. I get none of them have been to this many Super Bowls and this shit and that shit and whatever, but
Tom wasn't in the GOAT conversation until
2016. Well, no, he was in the conversation before that.
2014, 2015, 2014.
14, yeah.
Seahawks, they beat Legion of...
Well, he was in the conversation.
He's always been in the conversation.
But it wasn't
until he got to that second Super Bowl run, it was those two giant losses where it was like, ooh.
Of course.
You haven't won since the early 2000s, and it was all that shit.
Exactly.
And now all of a sudden he has 7.
I heard Tom talk about it the other day. I was like, no, it's fucking 10 years in between Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking nuts.
Which is kind of crazy to think that Tom has 7 rings and still went 10 years without
10 years without one, Super Bowl.
But all right, that's our top 5 worst Super Bowls. It's time to guess the athlete, Devin.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
It's time. I got athletes. I got some facts. And you're gonna see you can guess who I'm talking about. All right, this first player I'm gonna start off with. I'll give you a position since you cry about it. Quarterback.
Thank you.
So this quarterback was in the 2005 Hall of Fame class.
Ooh.
He has 7 kids. He was drafted to the Kansas City Royals.
That's the Kansas City Monarchs. I was thinking, never mind.
Okay, all right.
Kansas City Royals, the baseball team.
Who do you think I'm talking about? What do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know. My brain immediately went to like old.
No, I'm talking about baseball.
Pre-Super Bowl NFL team.
Yeah, so Kansas City Royals.
2005. I blacked out for a second.
2005 Hall of Fame class. First ballot. I don't know if that helps.
It does help.
Okay.
Because it's 6 years now?
5, 6, 5 or 6, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, it should be 0, but whatever.
Nah. Well,
No,
yeah,
it should be 0, and there should be more inductees than 4 a year.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, come on. I mean, what are we doing?
All right, 7 kids, first ballot in 05.
Kansas City
Drafted
Royals.
by the Royals. Baseball player, but
He has 9 Pro Bowls and 6 All Pros.
Warren Moon.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
I
didn't guess that because the 7 kids. I didn't.
I believe you. I believe you. That was
making
good.
It clear.
He was the first to 400 career touchdowns.
The fuck?
First player to hit 400 career touchdowns.
Oh, Marino.
It's Dan Marino.
Marino.
It's Dan Marino. After 5 guesses, there
now.
you go. All right, okay.
Marino's got 7 kids.
7 kids. And
Shit?
It makes sense, but I didn't even think about it. Like baseball, he seems
seems like a baseball guy.
He seems like a baseball guy.
That makes a lot of sense. I could see him hanging out with George Brett back in the day.
But first ballot, 05. I didn't have it.
Yeah, no, I remember looking at his wiki a few weeks ago.
But seeing
like 84 to 99, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
First ballot or not, there's only so many quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame. You know, there's no way I was talking about I don't know, whoever you want to enter.
Sonny Jurgensen.
All right, next player. This player was I'll tell you it's a receiver because, I mean, even though some of these facts are going to give it away, it's a receiver. I'll tell you he's a receiver. This player was a top 10 draft pick.
Okay.
He has the most receiving touchdowns in a season in SEC history.
SEC.
This player's had 1,200 yards as his season high, but has never made a Pro Bowl.
Never made a Pro Bowl.
Never made a Pro Bowl. Hasn't made a Pro Bowl.
I got 2 names locked.
All right. Throw them out there.
Brandon Cooks.
Nope.
Tyler Lockett.
No.
I don't know where they went to college, so I don't really know. I'm talking SEC.
How about the only Bama wide receiver to score a touchdown in a Super Bowl?
Devonta Smith.
It's Devontae Smith.
Good for him. My next guess was going to be Brandon Marshall because I don't think he's ever made a Pro Bowl either.
I don't think so. Well, I knew that was going to give it away. It was either that or Skinny Batman.
Yeah, I just saw that stat.
Yeah, bro's Skinny Batman.
Which is also nuts.
Wild to think that,
I guess Julio didn't score in that game.
Julio did not score in that game.
Damn.
Julio did not score in that game. All right.
But yeah, you think about how many Bama guys in the league.
The final player. This player has only missed the playoffs 1 time as a full starter.
Do I get the position?
He's thrown more interceptions than Matt Stafford and less interceptions than Warren Moon.
Okay. Warren Moon's in the conversation now. I like it.
So, yeah, more interceptions than Stafford, less than Warren Moon.
More than Stafford.
He's only missed the postseason once as a full-year starter. Oh, God. Getting.
You got ding-dong?
Getting ding-dong this shit?
You never get ding-dong, dude.
I never do. That's disrespectful.
Not this way.
Only missed the playoffs 1 time as a full-year starter. He's played every team, right? Like, he's already played every team, so far. You know what I mean?
I think I knew. I know.
Who?
A-Rod?
No.
Oh.
A-Rod. How many interceptions do you think he's throwing? Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, shit.
Aaron Rodgers? Missing the playoffs? I think bro missed the playoffs a couple. Anyways, he's played every team. He's already played every team. He's beaten them all. Mm-hmm. He's beaten every team at least once. But he's only lost, or has only let me rephrase this.
Yeah.
He's played every team, beat them all, but only lost to 29. So there's 3 teams that
Who have
this
not
player
beaten.
hasn't lost to.
Yeah. Tom?
It's Tom Brady.
All right. Yeah.
It's Tom
Right
Brady.
when you started to get into like, he's only missed the Super Bowl. I mean, the playoffs once.
As a full starter.
Yeah.
So
08 towards ACL.
Yeah, when he tore his ACL, and that was fucking it.
That's it. I think.
That was I think there was an early.
Well, 14, but they still won. No, 16. Was that Deflategate? Whatever Deflategate was, they still won the Super Bowl.
Deflategate they won the Super Bowl, but in the only other thing
was there a year that he missed? Must have been early 2000s, no?
I think there was a 2000. I don't know. There was a year that I was reading about.
No, it was the year after their first.
Well, see, I was reading
So
about
02.
I was reading about bad Brady years, trying to get bad Brady stats to put on here. Like,
Yeah.
most playoff losses.
Yeah.
Like Tom Brady, like this player has
Sure.
the most playoff losses, or this player has lost 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like, I could have thrown that at you, and who knows who I'm talking
First
about.
thought is Brady, but I think there's other guys who have lost 3. Elway.
Lost 3 Super Bowls?
Elway's lost 3.
Elway's lost 3. Jim Kelly. Fuck. God
Kelly
damn,
lost
dude.
4.
Lost
This is
4
nice.
of them bitches. I mean, shit.
Um,
But yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, Tom Brady only missed the playoffs once as a full year starter.
But, you know, I heard him talking about his years because they won the Super Bowl in their first year, had a bad year their second year, and then won 2 straight.
More interceptions than Stafford. Less than Warren Moon.
Makes sense.
More interceptions than Stafford, less than Moon. Has played every team, beat them all. Is only undefeated against 3 of them.
Who's he not lost to?
He hasn't lost. You want to guess?
Us?
No.
We've beaten him?
Yeah, I mean, he's played for
we did
20
beat.
years.
No, we beat him the last time we played him.
Yeah, I mean, he's played for 20 years, so y'all have had to
No, I
catch him
know.
at least once.
But no, we beat him last time we played him, and I didn't get to watch it. I was pissed.
It's not that hard if you think about it.
Teams that he has not lost to. Jets? No. They've played twice.
Okay, so there's one team he for sure has never lost to.
The Pats.
Okay, there we go.
Played him once.
Patriots is on there
And he
for
beat
sure. He's never lost to Tampa.
He's never lost to Tampa.
And
Is
he's
that why
like,
he went
and
there?
he's
The ultimate troll.
He's like 6-0 against Minnesota.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Never
I don't
lost
think
to
I can
Minnesota.
ever remember a Tom Brady Minnesota matchup.
Yeah, I would have. No. Can't think about it at all. He has the
I'd have
most
to reach in the bag for that one.
most playoff losses, tied 13. And he's lost 3 Super Bowls.
He's only got 13 playoff losses.
13 play. And how many wins? What was it? 20, 30, 20? How many did he have?
It's got to be.
No, how many did he have? Because Mahomes isn't that. No. Mahomes is 17. He's 31.
Yeah, it's almost half.
Is that what it is? He was at half. Okay, so
it's almost half.
So he's 31 and 31.
31 is not. 17 is not half of 31, but it's almost.
It's close. Stop. Fuck.
No. I didn't want the fucking math nerds who listen to this.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of math nerds listening. But I guess that's it, Devin. I mean, we talked the AD and Luka trade still causing a whole bunch of drama. Top 5 worst Super Bowls.
Have they gotten math out in Buffalo yet?
I don't think so. I think they're still.
Has that reached them yet?
They're still. I mean, bro, half of them aren't wearing shoes. So I mean, who knows what's going on over there?
It was funny. It was so funny how the media was just waiting for him to put on a pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm. And he caught his
He
ass
held
too.
out for a while.
And we said this. No, he didn't hold out for a while.
No,
It's
but
just,
no. They
caught him in the snow with shoes on.
didn't see him
And
in
it
the
was
snow with his. Like, he walked 10 feet. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna rough it out in the snow with my shoes off." It's like, dude,
And you said it when he.
you're not taking your dog out with your shoes off.
Dude, preseason, you were like, "Yeah, well, I want to see when it's fucking snowing. What is he gonna do in Buffalo? Is he gonna be wearing shoes or not?" And absolutely, he's gonna be wearing shoes.
Of course.
Jets releasing Aaron Rodgers. Super Bowl 59 being an absolute shitter. Oh, 195-90 is your final record for this year.
Damn.
195 and 90. I was 285.
5 off.
5-game difference. So,
All right.
in the official, 4 years, it's 3-1. I'm busting your ass, bro. I'm busting your
Stop
ass.
saying that.
You
Don't
gotta
say
you gonna have to come back next year because I just went back to back and overall predictions. So I'm gonna need you to come back a little harder next year. Maybe not.
What's funny is the fact that I picked Washington every game actually helped me this year.
Yeah, it did. Well,
but no, I did. For real. I did have some really bad picks.
I was gonna say if you would have really locked in, you probably would have won this year.
I could have.
Probably. You probably would have. There were a lot of games.
But I think if I locked in plus picked Washington every game, that's 12 dubs right there.
Yes. Okay. There you go.
And most of those games, you did not pick Washington.
Okay.
So, we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. All right.
I got to figure out a way next year.
But with all that being said, I guess, is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah. Yeah. I don't know. It's funny to think that, like, Taylor Swift getting booed once, like, took down her whole world. It's like, look at the internet, lady. You really think that this isn't a shock? There's not a bunch of 12-year-old girls watching this right now.
Yeah, well, it's also just
your
like,
world.
Yeah, to act that dumb. Like, why?
She was like, what the fuck's going on? You sit next to fucking Ice Spice, lady. What are you doing? Who the fuck is that woman? I don't know.
All right. It's time to get out of here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode of On It. We'll be back on Saturday to talk more sports shit. We're going to talk the downfall of the Chiefs. We're going to see what the fuck the Ravens can do in the offseason. We're going to see what the Eagles are going to have to do in the offseason to bounce back. We're going to see where Debo's going to go. We're going to see if some of these other players got moved yet. There's some things that we're going to see, Devin. But with that being said, brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Saturday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Goodbye.